10 tools, 1 chart, 7 days of data. This week, the tool at number 1 gained 11,051 GitHub stars in a single week. The tool at number 10 is backed by Google, and it gained 111. Welcome to the AI Billboard, the chart show for AI tools, where the rankings come straight from the GitHub API, not from vibes. Every tool on this board got a full deep dive on this channel, all of them linked below. And every ranking you are about to see was pulled from the API this morning. Real momentum, measured the same way for everyone. And fair warning, this week's chart has an upset. A 10-day-old repository built by one developer out-accelerated OpenAI. Let's count them down. First, the rules. Because a chart is only as good as its math. Each week, we take the tools we have covered on this channel and pull one number for each of them. Stars gained on GitHub in the last 7 days. Not total stars. Momentum. A 2-year-old giant and a 10-day-old rookie compete on exactly the same number. And you can check every ranking yourself. The methodology is in the description. And credit where it is due. This show exists because a viewer named Stony dropped the idea in the comments a few days ago. A weekly chart because this space moves too fast for anything slower. Fantastic idea. This one is for you. Right. Number 10. Number 10. Google's Agent Development Kit. 20,600 total stars and just 111 of them arrived this week. That is the coldest number on the entire board. And it is a strange one because ADK 2.0 went GA at Google I/O in May with a 50% token reduction and a whole new graph engine. The tooling is genuinely strong. I toured it in the deep dive linked below, agents you hire instead of write. But this chart measures momentum, and this week, the enterprise crowd stayed quiet. Number 9. The Model Context Protocol Reference Servers. 88,500 total stars. 336 this week. This is the repo that taught AI to touch the outside world. Files, databases, browsers. At this point, it is infrastructure, and infrastructure does not spike. It hums. If you have not gone down this road yet, I installed 15 MCP servers, so you don't have to, and 9 of them got deleted. That story is linked below. Number 8, LangGraph. 37,400 total. 574 this week. This is the agent orchestration framework that serious engineering teams actually run in production. Steady, unglamorous, compounding. The kind of chart entry that never wins the week and never leaves the building either. Number 7. WebUI. 145,000 total stars. 879 this week. The self-hosted ChatGPT style interface and the anchor of our self-host and own your cloud series. When a project this size is still adding nearly 1,000 stars a week, that is not hype, that is migration. Number 6. Obsidian Skills. Written by Obsidian's own CEO. 42,000 total. 1,802 this week. 5 skills that let an AI actually run your second brain. Reading, writing, and reorganizing your notes from the command line. Half a year old and still pulling almost 2,000 stars a week. The full deep dive is on the channel. Halfway up the board, and this is where the chart pauses for 20 seconds, because this part decides whether there is a week 2. Real talk. 90% of you watching haven't subscribed. On Facebook, subscribe is the supporter button. That is what keeps the lights on here. On YouTube, it's free and it tells the algorithm to send you more. Subscribe to support us. A chart show only works if you are here when the chart resets. Top 5. Let's go. Number 5. Anthropic's official skills repository. The biggest repo on the entire chart, 161,500 stars, and it still added 2,052 this week. Skills are the folders full of instructions that turn Claude from a chatbot into a specialist. and this is the official library. When the incumbent is also one of the fastest movers, that tells you where the whole ecosystem is heading. I tested the skills world in a full video, linked below. Number 4, OpenAI Codex, 98,600 total, 2,303 this week. And this one comes with context because OpenAI just rebuilt Codex end to end. New model, new harness, new everything. I fact checked all 9 upgrades in the deep dive below. A relaunch that big usually tops a chart like this one. This week, it was not even enough for the podium. Number 3, and here is the upset I promised you, Scroll World. It has 2,644 total stars, which makes it the smallest repo on this chart by a mile. But 2,479 of those arrived this week. Do that math. 94% of every star this project has ever earned landed in the last 7 days. One developer, Oso95, shipped a free agent skill 10 days ago that turns any brand into a scrollable 3D world. And this week, that one-person project out accelerated OpenAI's flagship coding agent. This is exactly why the chart ranks momentum instead of size. Small and fast beats big and slow. The full deep dive went up this week, linked below. Number 2, Marketing Skills by Corey Haynes. 2,668 stars this week. And it crossed the 40,000 star line while we were counting. 47 marketing employees in one repository. A conversion specialist, a copy chief, and SEO lead, all written as handbooks so specific that Claude reads one and becomes that employee. 6 months in, it is still the fastest growing marketing repo on GitHub. And the only thing between you and that team is one install command. The full floor-by-floor tour is linked below. And number 1, the tool of the week, OpenCut. 11,051 stars in 7 days. That is nearly as many as the other 9 tools on this chart combined. Total stars, 72,800, up from 61,000 just 1 week ago. So what actually happened? OpenCut is the free, open source CapCut alternative. Born the day CapCut's terms of service claimed a perpetual license on creators' faces and voices. And the momentum right now is the rewrite. The team is rebuilding the whole editor from the ground up. Rust core, plugin system, and an MCP server on the roadmap, which would mean an AI agent cutting your footage on your machine for $0. I tested it end to end, real import, real edit, real export in the deep dive linked below. OpenCut, tool of the week, week 1. So here is the full board for the week ending, July 16th. OpenCut on top with 11,000. Marketing Skills and Scroll World completing the podium. Codex and Anthropic's skills holding the middle. Google's ADK anchoring the bottom. Screenshot this chart. Because this is the difference between following AI news and reading AI momentum. Headlines tell you what companies want you to notice. Star velocity tells you what developers are actually installing. Next week, everything on this board moves. Somebody rises, somebody falls, new tools enter. So the question I am leaving you with is simple. Does anything dethrone OpenCut? I packed this week's full chart into one free PDF. All 10 rankings with the exact star numbers, the methodology, and the link to every single deep dive. So you can binge the back catalog in order. Comment the word chart, and I will send it to you or grab it from the link in the description. If you are just getting started, my step-by-step beginner guides for Claude Code are linked down there too. We are on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram as Hyperautomation Labs. So follow wherever you are watching. The chart resets next week. Be here when it does. I will see you at number 1.